Hi, it's Cindy, and today I am going to talk through the story of the Samson and Delila Opera Bracelet. Opera bracelets are made mainly from glass and crystal beads with pewter charms and strung on stainless steel wire. The spiral chart shows how each bead represents a character, an aria, an event of the narrative. The story begins on the right where it says the Hebrews and follows along chronologically until you reach the end where it says the temple crumbles towards the center. As the story begins, Hebrews have been captives of the Philistines for about 40 years. I used blue to represent the Hebrews as that seems to be a sacred color for them. Things are looking up. Samson, the gold bead, has come on the scene. He is their new leader. He is known for his great strength. The symbol is known, I can't guarantee the pronunciation, a high symbol which symbolizes life. And Samson is encouraging them because they're going to have God's protection and escape their fate as prisoners of the Philistines. God is the large cat's eye bead. I usually use cat's eye bead to represent vision and power. The blue-green bead is the Philistine governor. He is there to gloat that his God is better than the Hebrew God. And his God is represented by this gold bead, which follows him to the left, a metallic gold bead. Samson has a vision of angelic power. It's the angel wing, and he decides he's going to take matters into his hands. He slays the Philistine governor, and that is the red droplet with the sword. The Hebrews rush off and arrive at the temple of Dagon, the Philistine god, where the priestesses are celebrating spring, and they greet them with flower garlands. So the glass flowers represent those priestesses. Now we meet Delila. She is the red bead with a dark cast going on in the glass to indicate her bad intentions. She wants to seduce Samson and learn the secret of his power. That is the heart charm there. A trio develops between Delila trying to seduce him, Samson trying to resist her, and an older Hebrew man who is singing of warning. And that is the black double cone bead, symbol of oncoming disaster. The priestesses dance. That's the blue spiral to indicate motion. Delila sings one of her large arias, known as Printemps qui commence, which I'm sure I did not pronounce correctly. It means spring begins. She's singing about how she needs a lover because it is spring, and the heart bead represents her ongoing attempts to seduce Samson. She invites him to her valley getaway. And Samson is torn, which is represented by the pewter bead to the left, which I think indicates with the lines on it, him being pulled in two different directions, to duty and passion. The high priest of Dagon stops by Delilah's to make sure she's going to seduce him and get the secret of his strength from him. She says, he cannot resist my tears. That's the clear droplet bead. And she will find out the secret, which is the twisty, satiny gold bead to represent what we know is his hair. God makes a little thunder and lightning to warn Samson that there is a plot afoot and he should be careful. That's the crackly gray bead to represent this oncoming storm. Delila presents her love, the red heart, again. And you can see even more the sort of dark color in the Delila bead, which is the red with, it's got a dark cast to it to show that she has got bad intentions. Her next large, beautiful aria is called Mancour. And in it, she says her heart is opening to him like a flower. So this embossed flower design represents that. And the thunder rolls again to warn Samson something is afoot. She pours on the tears. He blows the secret, which again, you see the satiny hair bead. And the storm breaks. The storm is now a large gray crackle bead because it is bursting out all over and there's lightning. And she calls in the soldiers to get Samson because now she has the secret. And they cut his hair and they blind him. So the black double cone is this disaster that was warned of before. And 2 small black cat's eyes represent the blinding of Samson. They put him to work at the mill wheel. And this is his punishment now that he is defeated. That's the black circle bead. The Hebrews berate Samson for falling for Delilah's tricks. That's the black heart bead. And everybody arrives at the Temple of Dagon. Again, that's the metallic gold bead for the Philistine god. And there's dancing, the spiral bead again, until dawn, which is the sunrise bead. It's a pewter bead there. Delilah taunts Samson, offering him wine so he can celebrate with them his defeat. The high priest comes along and, says, if he's so great, he should free himself or cure himself or some such. And Samson is led by a boy into the temple going on. And the small gold bead is that guide. And he asks him to put him near the pillars of the temple so he may rest on them. And as he knows he's in a sensitive spot here architecturally, and he asks God bead here again, the white cat's eye, for a moment of strength. So Samson thrusts the 2 pillars apart. This glass golden colored bead represents that thrusting, and the temple, these glass chip beads represent that crumbling, and Samson receives this victory even in his death over his enemies. So here we are back at the spiral chart, and you can see the entire story laid out. I invite you to come to operabracelets.com, where you can see more of the Samsonite and Delila bracelet and many other bracelets. Thanks so much for listening and watching.